He sent her over 800 messages. By he, I mean a 30-year-old man, and she was only 14 when he ended her life. Let's talk about it. Eileen was a very shy girl. This made it nearly impossible for her to connect with her classmates or other kids her age. But she still wanted someone to talk to that was not her family. So she tried to make friends online. More specifically, on Snapchat. This was exactly where Jan found her. The 30-year-old man immediately realized that he could manipulate the young girl. He used her shyness and social isolation to his advantage. Within only a few days, they started writing almost hourly. Eileen trusted this man, maybe only because she was so desperate for a friend. The more she started to talk to Jan, the more she isolated herself from people in the real world, including her family. In just one day, Jan had sent her over 800 messages. And in them, he was pushing her to do things she didn't want. He told her to send him naked pictures and videos of herself. At first, Eileen refused, but Jan was determined, and when being nice didn't work, he started to threaten her. He told her that he would tell her parents that she had sent him pornographic material of herself. When that didn't work anymore, he told her that he would hurt her family if she dared to stop talking to him. And he even offered to become her sugar daddy, and told her that he would pay her 700 to 900 euros. Eileen at this point was terrified, and she didn't know how to get out of the situation. So she did what he told her to do. Now it is important to note that during all of this, Eileen thought she was talking to a boy close to her age. It was only after their first video call that she realized that Jan was a grown man, but it was too late. She was so ashamed that she didn't dare ask anyone for help, and that unfortunately meant her end. It was the 21st of July, 2022. Her mother recounted the day in court later on as follows. Eileen was supposed to be in school until 1 p.m., and I was supposed to be home from work by 2 p.m. She called me crying, and she told me that the pancakes she tried to make had burned, so she would go and get a kebab. I knew she wasn't crying because of some burned food, but I thought something bad had happened at school. The last time her mother saw Eileen was around 4 p.m., when Eileen told her that she had to bring a sweatshirt to one of her classmates, Patrick. The mother also recounted that she thought how strange that was. Eileen never went anywhere alone. Her mother always drove her, but she let Eileen go, and she never saw her again. Within an hour, she sent her multiple texts asking where she was, but her daughter didn't answer. At around 6 p.m., her brother Levin called her phone multiple times, and he got an answer. A text saying, "I'll be right back, just talking to Ben." And later, he got another message. "Be right home, I'm getting a Red Bull. Don't tell Mom." That was the last message sent from Eileen's phone. Her mother and 11-year-old Levin searched everywhere for her, but Eileen was already with her murderer. She never went to her classmate, but instead got picked up by Jan, who drove her to another town. Her mother had been right. She hadn't cried over burned pancakes. Jan had messaged her and threatened her, telling her that she had to meet him. And she did. He drove her to a field, where he tried to rape Eileen, but he couldn't get it up, and that enraged him. He strangulated her on that wooden bench in the field. He put her body into the trunk of his car and drove her 40 kilometers away from her home to a lake called the Devil's Lake, where he threw her body in. The only reason Eileen was found quickly was because her hair got tangled in some branches. Thanks to the safe chats and camera footage showing Eileen getting into his car, the police also found Jan fast. And thank God for that, because when they searched his car, the home address of a 15-year-old girl was already saved in his navigation system. Jan showed absolutely no remorse. When the police questioned him, they asked him where Eileen's underwear was, and he only replied with, "Maybe the cows ate them." He also told the police that he felt no remorse for what he had done. He just told them he wanted peace and quiet in his cell and asked them for a TV. Jan, as it turned out, was a serial perpetrator. Over the years, he had written to more than 600 underage girls. He knew who to prey upon. He found shy girls with no friends. When the police looked into his past, they found out that he had committed his first crime against a girl with only 14, when he tried to strangulate an 11-year-old with a belt. He of course got convicted, and will hopefully spend the rest of his life in prison. So please, if you ever feel in any danger, don't be ashamed or scared to talk to someone that you trust. It could have saved Eileen's life.